Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back. My name is Terrain Jones, and this is Not Quite Advice. Quick reminder to everyone, we have a free webinar coming up on financial consciousness. Visit our website for more details, date, topics, and I plan on giving away a financial tip at the end. Link, check down in the description. So there's a large number of topics that catch my attention. Well, everything catches my attention. You know, sometimes people tell me I'm an overthinker, and I own it. But I had a really interesting conversation with a longtime friend of mine's a couple days ago. We was discussing the issue one of his children had in school about not cheating with the other kids and how his child was being criticized for that action. And we both came to a very easy conclusion of, you gotta own it. When people want you to do things you shouldn't do, when people are acting below you, because that is the thing, just don't connect yourself to that. And if it comes with criticism, so be it. That's today's topic. Criticism. For what and why, I don't have those answers. But you're gonna get criticized. It's gonna happen multiple times throughout your life, no matter what you're doing. And I'm not even talking about people who are doing something wrong. Even when you're doing something right. In my eyes, here's step one. You have to be able to filter who and what is criticizing you. This is very important because criticism doesn't always come with malice attached to it. It could be very sincere, it could be very helpful, it can be very empowering. But if you don't know the difference, this is how people get overwhelmed. This is how people get themselves in trouble. This is how people attach themselves to things that they have no business being attached to. Number one, somebody's doing something you know they shouldn't be doing, don't attach yourself to that to be cool. And I know I was speaking of, my initial reference was how I communicated with a friend of mine's based on a child's experience. But this happens to adults too, and we all know it. If you haven't done it, have it done to you, you know somebody who has. It is very important to have the ability to speak and think and act independently. And if you can't, here's your avenues of approach. One, you need to know that. You need to know if you are or are not a follower. And two, which is very helpful, very powerful, if you can acknowledge the first point, your second avenue of approach should be to have someone in your life that will send you on a correct course. So if you know something is coming your way, something is criticizing you, something is altering your existence, and you want to be compliant with the hopes of fitting in or to satisfy someone else, there should be someone in your circle you can go to and say, hey, take a look at this scenario. And that person will just shoot it to you straight and let you know that you're falling for something you shouldn't be. But then there's times somebody might be criticizing you with a warm heart, with a critical eye, with an unbiased opinion, with the hopes of seeing you excel to a different place than what you are. This is the type of criticism you should welcome. This is the type of criticism you should accept, which is going to be my next point. Acceptance. And you have to understand, and you have to know, and you have to conduct yourself in a way where you don't take these things personal. Because you don't want to take someone who is on your side and show them that their efforts are a waste of time. All right, guys, on to the second point. Acceptance. That's a big one. You have to be able to allow someone in. Don't be so caught up on somebody thinking they're better than you, somebody thinking it, or you thinking someone is judging you, because this is not always the case. That's why I mentioned what I mentioned first. Filtering. If you can filter through the person, what they're saying, what they're talking about, then you know when and how to accept what is being criticized at any given moment of time. And this is not something that I'm going to write down on the board and talk to you online and you're going to get it. These things take time. These things take steps. They take practice. But if you give a shit, you'll make these things a priority. Because it happens to me all the time. I still don't have a handle on it. Either I'm making an effort or trying to connect myself or assist someone else. And the way it's received, granted, I have a very peculiar way in talking to people, but the way it's received isn't always welcoming. And sometimes, I have people that do the same thing to me and I don't receive it well all the time. I still don't, and it's a constant battle. It just is, but it means something to me. It's a very important topic to me because I am, for lack of better words, in the business of criticizing people. I have no malice in my heart. I don't want to see nobody do wrong. I'm not trying to judge anyone. I want to help push people forward. I want people to keep pushing forward. And when they don't know how, I want to be able to apply myself and attach myself and assist in that journey. Because the more people we have trying to do better, overall, I'm being a little optimistic here, but I am who I am, the better the world will be. Okay, let me lay another one on you, right? You're going to need to be able to reject criticism also. It's going to be important too. As you filter through it, there's going to be some that you're going to accept. There's going to be some you're going to reject. But you should know how to reject criticism and still maintain yourself as a productive, intellectual, in control, and purposeful individual. So with that being said, I'm going to share this with you because I say this to my girls all the time. No matter the situation, for the ladies, you should always be able to conduct yourself as a lady. And, okay, it's easier said than done. But there's a flip side to that coin also. I tell my boys, you should always be responsible in your efforts to conduct yourself as a gentleman. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be arguing with nobody. You don't need to be passing back and forth words of violence and stuff like that. You just don't have to. Sometimes people are going to criticize you in the wrong way. Sometimes people are going to say things that you don't like or you don't want to hear. And those things you don't like and don't want to hear may be good for you. But you don't go flaring off and acting crazy. Like, seriously, don't act like that. Don't do that. At a minimum, always have enough discipline to just remove yourself from the situation. I mentioned this in my book on control. I said, conduct yourself as a winner, but don't look at other people as losers. Conduct yourself as a winner that just assumes everybody else wants to be a winner as well. And with that, don't be better or think you're better than other people, but always aim to be better than the situation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave that there. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel. We got new content coming. I'm going to try to push it out as often and as clearly and concisely as I can. Hopefully I reach some people, and hopefully I'm able to uplift this world one person at a time in a positive way. Don't forget the webinar on financial consciousness. All right, check the link in the description, www.40options.com, for dates and details. And listen, guys, if it don't hurt, if you can find the time, grab a friend, grab a stranger, grab a family member, share a smile. Happiness is contagious. My name is Terrain Jones, and this is Not Quite Advice.